And hello, Raiders, and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. This week in Raid, we are just wrapping up the Ruel fusion. I've got a few, 5 extra fragments, but he is collected and ready to be summoned at my leisure. Another big achievement this week for me was I managed to completely finish my Great Hall, so probably joined the very, very small number of players in the game who've actually finished their Great Halls, and now these medals are just going to start ticking up a whole bunch. I still need to get in the habit of not doing my arena battles, but I will work on that. I can just take that easy. As far as account progress goes, the focus is currently the Doom Tower. I split between normal and hard this week, or this reset, because of the missions. So I'm about as far as I need to be for the missions right now. I've almost finished with the Doom Tower climb, so I expect to hopefully knock out 120 maybe today or tomorrow, depending on how spry I feel. I've also managed to complete the epic undead room with this team right here. And I recently finished building Vogoth and Mausoleum Mage for this task. And I also did the rare attack room. I don't even remember which room that is, but I did it. I think it's probably 5. Yep, there it is. Did it with this team right here, working on Soul Bond and Berserker, because those guys could also potentially be used for the rare Spirit Secret Room in the other Doom Tower. And I have not really done any work on my Lizardmen, because I don't really want to build my Lizardmen. The Lizardmen I do have are missing the ones that I would like to build. I'd like to build Aox and Argon. I like to build Aox, but I don't have one. And I like to build Cargon, but I don't have one. So I'm waiting on that one. We are slowly but surely working our way through the missions. So we'll probably finish up tomorrow. We're about to jump into a speed 2 times drop rate for artifacts out of the Dragon Dungeon. So I'm probably going to spend a little bit of gems on that. Otherwise, I'll probably knock through this relatively quickly this week, and I'll get stuck on the 500 champions and tag team arena, which will be fun. Fun is in air quotes if you didn't notice. As far as this week, the summoning event is okay. These are cleansers. I did a video on cleansers a while back on the channel, and these guys are pretty good. I have Smash Lord. I have Scartosis. Don't think Scartosis is very good. I would like a Lix, but I don't have one. Or I have Estrelon, but I didn't do her event. I have Valsage. He's okay. He's okay. Sanguina, I think, has potential for certain bosses in the Doom Tower. Cardiel is the only standout one here. And so, since I've had pretty terrible luck with Floyd champions, I would love a Cardiel. I'm only throwing a few shards at it. Make it lucky, great. If I don't, oh well. Let's see what happens. Get a Cardiel, wonderful. Nope. Blue. Your food. All right. Well, moving on. So recently there was an Ask Me Anything from the community managers of Raid Shadow Legends, and it was over on Reddit. I couldn't even find the link. There are other content creators who have been doing videos about it, and it didn't go well. I'm not going to cover what they said, everything they said, because there are much more talented and video editing capable people to tell you about that than me. basically the positive was we'll get a 10 times ability to summon void shards, so that's good. And then they're gonna add the auto ability to 3v3, the full auto the rounds. And that was about it. Everything else they said was kind of bad. so so I'm gonna kind of give you my take on the state of the game right at the moment. Very briefly, the top kind of like 3 issues that I have with it, and I guess I would say the overall sentiment. I would say my advice to those of you who are a new player or you're considering Raid Shadow Legends would be don't. would be I would advise you not to play this game. Um, I've been playing the game for 2 years, and I've seen the trends of the game, and I'm not like I have a hard time recommending this to anybody. There's a concept in business called a net promoter, and the net promoter is a concept where you ask your customer, "Hey, how likely are you to recommend this product to somebody?" So, personally, speaking for myself, as of someone who plays Raid Shadow Legends, if someone were to ask me that question, I would say I do not recommend this to anyone at the moment because, one, the game has a lot of issues, and for two, especially the community managers or whoever's sending out the community managers to tell us information don't seem to care. so I would be a negative net promoter, so they would have a negative score for me. But that's just the way it is. And as far as the top 3 issues I personally have in the game, I would say the number 1 issue is their, I'll put it, I'll use my air quotes again that you can't see, is their aggressive monetization. I mean, they're a company, they need to make money, like no problem. But they've been trying to sell me the starter pack for 2 years. It's like seriously, it's like get out of here with this stuff. The only thing I was even contemplating was like, oh, maybe I'll buy some void shards. Like, nah, I'm not gonna spend money. You guys are kind of the company that runs this has been behaving pretty poorly lately, and so I don't want to support those actions with my dollars, and that's the only way can I can show that. So another thing in the other feature they added in terms of aggressive monetization would be the clan versus clan. We have one that just ended recently. Clan versus clan wars, which is basically just spend resources until you're sick of playing the game, right? And they kind of like turn this up. We just had this rule fusion right on the heels of the Brogni fusion, and I'm surprised they haven't already announced the new fusion. I bet we might hear that next week. Right. I mean, they just keep jamming things into this game at such a breakneck pace that they're trying to force people to spend money to keep up. But this leads me to my second issue. Like, even if you do want to spend money, the time this game takes has just been growing and growing and growing. So if we back up a few steps to the release of this game in early-ish 2019, there was no faction war. There was no 3v3 arena. There was no Doom Tower. So now every day when the resources reset around, for me, it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I get all my faction war keys refilled. I get all my 3v3 tokens reinstated. And boom, I get all my Doom Tower keys restored. And those are things that I now do every day that I didn't do when I first started playing this game. The faction wars might take you, 20, 30, 40 minutes, depending on how fast your teams are. Arena, 3v3 arena takes a huge amount of time. People aren't even doing that most of the time. Today is Sunday, and the reset will be soon, so everyone has their strong defense. I might try to crawl into gold 3, so I'll see if I can get it into gold 3. And that allows me to be lazy for almost 2 weeks, 'cause I'll just set a one-person defense in gold 3, and I'll drop back into gold 2. But, some people just come in here for mostly the accessories, and that's about it. I'm trying to save my gold bars actually so I'll probably buy this legendary tome when, I hit or maybe I'll buy this actually. I'll buy the void shard once I hit the mission to spend gold bars. But, this just takes a whole lot of time in the game that is really kinda taxing, and it kinda makes you question the idea of this is a quote unquote "mobile game for your phone," which it really isn't anymore. I mean, it used to be. It used to be something I could play a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening, and now I just kinda let it running passively on my computer, and I just kinda look at it every once in a while and kick something off. But time is a huge problem for this game at the moment, and they don't even seem to have it on their radar if you go by their AMA. They say, "Oh, we have a roadmap to do things." It's like, yeah, not really. They didn't really give any examples or specifics, and their actions have kind of contradicted that. They recently added the extra 5 levels of dungeons, and these extra levels take longer because they kind of nerfed all the enemy max HP champions indirectly. So, but that brings me to my third major issue with the game, and that would be the dupe system or lack thereof. And mostly compare and contrast that with, I would say, what I'm going to call the champion pool. So you have, hundreds of champions in the game, and this game revolves around having specific skill sets to complete specific content. Probably the most notable for people coming up through the game is the Spider Dungeon. Spider Dungeon typically requires people to do things like, uh, well, most popular strategy prior to them adding these levels of dungeons, which I haven't even bothered with, is to do something like a cold heart and send the cold hearts against your spider. And that works out pretty well. So well, in fact, that people call Cold Heart a legendary rare kind of thing, right? She's so good and so valuable for the content in this game that people really kind of like need one. Uh, and for the first year of this game, I did not pull a Cold Heart. It was very, very sad. But once I did, Spider 20 was no problem. They seem to be taking this tact with dungeons with the same dungeon now. They're saying, hey, use an HP burn champion or your SOL. So a Koth is a good example. If you is it this one? Yeah, HP burn. Yeah, a Koth is a good example where at least if you're going up through the Doom Tower, you will get a Koth and you can do an AOE HP burn. The other good guy to use would be Mordecai, so you may or may not have him based on if you've used Brogni. But getting back to the dupe system versus the champion pool, if you are lacking the champions that you need to complete your team, there's no way to target that champion. And they keep adding champions. Like, I don't have a problem with them adding champions, but what are your odds to pull a new champion? Even the rares here, right? Even if you want to target a rare or target an epic, you really have no way to do so. The 10x event might come up, and it's like, well, 10x event, you can have a good chance to pull, this the new Genbo the Dishonored, who's gonna run over everyone in Swift Parry. Well, still don't have a very good shot of that. In the meantime, you're a whale. I've been playing for a long time. You got a lot of dupes. And they said something about the dupe system where they want to increase the original character's power, which seems like a terrible idea. So I could make a super Contra. I could make a super Krila. I could make a Super Squirtosis. Like, these are not champions I actually really want to do that with. Super Zavia. I'd rather use these and target champions to get something new. Any dupe system that they put in that doesn't allow us to get non-dupes, I think is a bad idea, because you want to, well, a new champion. You don't want to play with something new. You don't want to play with the same champions over and over again. And there are factions where it's like, I got nothing. I got almost none of the legendaries. Other factions I'm pretty decent in, but I'm probably about half or less of the legendary pool here. Half is probably fair, and I have a lot of dupes, so it would be nice to be able to target one every once in a while, and this wouldn't break the game. But I'm not even sure what system. Like, there's a bunch of systems that content creators have proposed, but at the end of the day, I think they really need to be able to, like, give the players, like, the game is too random. The champion pool is so open. Every once in a blue moon, you can just say, "Oh, I really, really, really wanted that Draco, so I got, a bunch of dupes I want to give, and I get to pick my Draco, then so be it." Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the dupe system, the state of the game, and new player advice. Hopefully, you had better luck and you pulled a car deal this weekend or whatever you're hunting for. And good luck on the 2 times speed set drop rates this week if you're going for that. And happy rating.